Next topic, potential due to point charge. So, in order to explain potential due to point charge, we consider the point charge which have the charge plus Q and the electric field of this point charge is radially outward. Right? So, we have considered test charge. It is a test charge. And this is a point positive charge, right? So, now our aim is to calculate potential at B. So, here in this case we use it to calculate the potential, right? So, here our aim is to calculate the potential at B. So, in order to calculate the potential at B, we have considered one is positive charge and another one is test charge, right? So, consider positive charge with charge Q. Also, consider test charge Q naught. So, in order to obtain the potential, so we consider 2 points, that is A and B. So, right now our aim is to calculate potential at B, right? So, here we consider the point A here, right? Next, the test charge Q naught is acted by force Q naught E, which is given by Q. So, that means here the positive charge is applying some force on test charge, that is Q naught E, and this Q naught E is used as external agent, and this Q naught here we used as an external agent in order to calculate the potential at B. How we see, right? So, here Q naught is acted by force Q naught E, which is given by Q. So, here now Q naught is acted as an external agent. In moving the charge from A to B, the Q naught E used as external agent minus Q naught E. That means here the work is done by the charge in moving the charge from point A to B is minus Q naught E. distance dr. Then again it moving like this to the point B, which is at a distance dr. The work done by an external agent. Here what is the external agent? Q naught E. External agent in moving the charge from A to B is shown as dW equals to Q naught E dr. Right? Here Q naught E cos 180 degrees because it is along the straight line. Then Q naught E dr. So cos 180 minus Q naught E dr. So now we have to consider the total work done. Now we have to consider the total work done. That means we are applying integration. Before that we know that E equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q by R square. Right? Now we substitute this equation in this. Then dW equals to minus Q naught 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q by R square dr. So now applying integration, we get W equals to minus Q naught 4 pi epsilon 1 by integral RA to RB. Right? We are moving the charge from A to B now. Then ER. Then W equals to Q 4 pi epsilon 1 by R square means minus 1 by R RA to RB. It can be written as VB minus VA. So minus into minus plus Q naught by 4 pi epsilon 1 by RB minus 1 by RA. So here we consider VA, that point A is reference point. Reference point. That means it is at infinity. Then it equals to 0. Then VB equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q naught 1 by RB. One by 4 pi epsilon Q by R. That means here the potential due to a point charge, that means here we consider the potential at point B. Then the potential at point B is directly proportional to the total charge and inversely proportional to the distance. This is about potential due to point charge. Right? Next our topic is potential due to charged spherical conductor. Potential due to charged spherical conductor. Right? So in order to explain the potential due to charged spherical conductor, we have to consider one sphere which is uniformly charged with center O radius r and charge density b rho. Right? So here in first case we consider the point outside the sphere. So that means here, which is at a distance small r. Right? So it is remembered in spherical conductor, when we applying the charge to the spherical conductor, once the charge is applied, the charge is acted only on the surface of the spherical conductor. That means inside the spherical conductor there is no charge. Once we apply the charge on the spherical conductor, it only acts on the surface. Right? Now our aim is to calculate the potential at P. So in order to explain the potential, we consider the we divide the sphere as a two rings. How? That is A, B, C, D. Here OCP makes an angle theta, here it makes d theta, and here I consider the point P, and here the radius means capital R, and the distance from C to PB small x. Right? Now CP equals to small x, angle COP equals to theta, angle AOP equals to d theta. Right? When we observe that he is a right angle triangle, COE, from right angle triangle, that means OEC, from OEC CE equals to OC means R sin theta. Then we have another sector, that is AOP. From sector AOC R. So here angle AOP equals to d theta, right? Then d theta. Now in order to explain the properties of the spherical conductor, the circumference of the ring, because here we divide the sphere into two rings, that means he equals to 2 pi r sin theta equals to 2 pi r sin theta. Then area of the ring 2 pi r square sin theta d theta. Then charge of the ring. Charge of the ring here dq. Here charge of the ring is dq. dq equals to area of the ring into charge density rho, right? Then we know that rho equals to total charge by area. Here area refers to sphere of then 4 pi r square. Then we substitute this in equation charge of the ring. Then dq equals to 2 pi r square sin theta d theta into q by 4 pi r square. Then sin theta q d theta by 2. This is dq. Right? Now here we consider the potential at P. So for that we have one equation, that is dV equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon small x by dq by small x. So here in order to calculate the potential at P we have this equation. Then substitute dq in this. Then dV equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon q sin theta d theta by 2x. No? Also we have x square equals to r square plus small r square minus 2rr sin theta, cos theta. So on differentiating this equation, 2x dx equals to cos theta means minus sin theta, that is 2rr sin theta d theta. So sin theta d theta can common this there. So sin theta d theta equals to 2x by 2rr, that means x by rr. Then substitute this sin theta d theta in equation d. Then dV equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon q x dx by 2x r. Then q by 8 pi epsilon r. This is dV. So here to get the potential at P we apply integration. So right, then V equals to integral dV r minus r to r plus r. Then V equals to q by 8 pi epsilon here dx q by 8 pi epsilon r x r minus r plus r. Then r plus r minus r plus r, that means we get 2r. 2r cube 8 pi epsilon r. Then q by 4 pi epsilon small r. So when the point P is outside the spherical conductor, then the potential is directly proportional to the total charge and inversely proportional to the distance, right? When point lies on the surface, in case the point is on the surface, means here small r becomes capital R. Then V equals to Q by 4 pi epsilon capital R. Then when P is inside the when point is inside, then here we apply limits r minus r to r plus r dv. Then we get V equals to Q by 4 pi epsilon capital R. It is outside and it is on the surface and it is inside. That means the potential is same when the point is on the surface or inside the surface. But when the potential is outside the surface, it is inversely proportional to the distance smaller, and here inversely proportional to the radius of the sphere. This is about potential due to charged spherical conductor.